Okay, is there sound now? Okay, we're not getting any sound. Okay, is there sound? Right, we've got sound. I always forget that button. Okay, so we should be live just now. So I'll just start again. Welcome back to CYT-Crypto. My name is Stephen Aitchison, and today we'll be going over the markets, and we'll be looking at 10 altcoins that could 10x, or will 10x this year, I believe. And we'll be looking at all the kind of Fuddy McFudsters, the errata again, trying to bring down Bitcoin, trying to bring down the markets, and we'll look at why that's happening just now. We're not going to go too much into detail about kind of what's happened, because we're just giving them power. The more we're focusing on it, the Elon Musks and all that shite, we're just giving them power. That's exactly what we're doing. So the only way that we can give somebody power is if we give permission for them to take our power. So let's not give permission to the likes of Elon Musk, to the likes of JP Morgan, to the likes of kind of China and people like that. Don't give your permission to take your power. That's what it comes down to. So with what's happening just now, the market's gone down. We're giving away our power by just saying this one man has all the power over the markets, and we're going to sell our Bitcoin because he's tweeted out a freaking tweet that means nothing at all, to be honest, and people are just interpreting it the way they want to interpret it. It's manipulation. That's what it is, of the highest order. That's what's happening just now. They want your Bitcoin, and I'm not just saying, I know everybody says, oh, it's Bitcoin manipulation. It purely is manipulation. This is clearly manipulation. And if I'm being honest, if I was Elon Musk and I had that kind of power, would I try and control the markets? Damn right I would. If I could get more Bitcoin, I would. No, actually, I probably wouldn't. No, I probably wouldn't. I'm saying I would. I'd just like to think if I did have that much power, I would do that, but I genuinely, honestly wouldn't. But that's what he's doing. He's actually trying to control the markets just now and trying to get more Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the future. Or crypto is the future. Not just Bitcoin, but crypto is the future. And I've been thinking about this a lot since we spoke kind of last week as well. Just make sure everything is still okay. Just play that. The markets, and we'll look at what. Yeah, that's still okay. So the current economy just now, the way it's going just now, is screwed. We are kind of screwed the way the economy is going just now. And the only way that I can see of a quick solution, and this is other economists kind of talking about this as well, the only way that I can see as a quick solution out of this would be to adopt Bitcoin. Now, obviously, as a crypto person, I would say that, obviously, but we cannot, the way we're going just now, every single country in the world is based on debt. They're in debt hugely just now. So what they're doing, they're printing money. Joe Biden printing another $6 trillion dollars on top of another $6 trillion. You can't just do that and expect no consequences from that, because money is just devalued totally. And that's what's happening just now. Money is going to be devalued. You're going to get inflation going up. You're just going to get everything kind of going up just now. And it's just going to be a nightmare. The mortgage kind of system, it's all going to break down eventually. It has to break down. It cannot not break down. No, that's a double negative. But it just has to break down. And this is where we're kind of on a cusp. Just now, we've been saying that for a couple of years. We're kind of on a cusp just now of a new financial system. That's what is happening right now, right at this moment. We're on the cusp of a new financial system. Is it a revolution? Yes, it is, because we the people have controlled, well, not controlled it, we the people have kind of voted with our feet to say, okay, crypto should be the new financial system. Now, what happens when crypto does become the new financial system and it underpins the new financial system is that you're going to get rid of all the banks. Literally, you don't need banks, which means obviously loss of jobs, but there's going to be some short-term hurt for some long-term gain. There's going to be that, but there's also going to be kind of much more benefits than that with the new technology that's coming anyway. So you're going to lose all the banks, you're going to lose mortgage advisors, you're going to lose, you don't need mortgages from the banks anymore. It's all going to be on the blockchain. The whole of the financial system, insurance is going to be on the blockchain, mortgages are going to be on the blockchain, savings, loans are going to be on the blockchain. And it's going to benefit you much, much more than the banks are benefiting us just now. This is why, not necessarily the government, but this is why the banks are running scared. And the governments are kind of controlling the banks just now. They've bailed them out so much. But if you think about it this way, the governments are controlling the banks are running scared, so the governments are kind of scared and going, oh, this new system that's coming out just now with crypto and Bitcoin and everything else that's going on, we don't want to adopt it because we're going to lose the status quo. We're going to lose what we've got power over. And that's what I was talking about at the beginning. The only way you can give your power to somebody is if you give your permission for them to take your power. Don't give them permission. This is what we're doing in crypto by buying crypto and staying in crypto and spending crypto and using crypto. So this is not going to happen. It's not going to happen next year or the year after or within 5 years. It's going to take a while to transition. And we're in that beginning stages of the transitional period of moving over to the blockchain. So it's going to start out small. It's going to start out with things like our medical records will be on the blockchain. It's going to start out with things like that. Insurance will come onto the blockchain as well, and it's just going to be accepted as a norm, but nobody's really going to notice. And that's the big thing about blockchain and crypto adoption, is that it's too hard for people to kind of understand and get into. We've overcome that. We've overcome that hurdle, and we've taught ourselves by learning all about crypto from YouTube videos and other places as well. So we've learned that, overcome that hurdle. Most people are not going to do that. So when we make it much easier for mass adoption to happen, which is happening just now, then that's when we're going to see that huge rise in kind of blockchain technology kind of coming to the fore, and then it will just start to slowly transition over, where the financial system is going to be a much more seamless transition. There's going to be opposition, there always will be, because the banks are going to lose control, the government's going to lose control to a degree, but there's going to be some kind of happy medium that comes. And I'm talking 10, 15, 20 years time, but it's coming. The way the economy is going just now, we are immensely screwed if it keeps on going the way it's going just now. Printing money is just not the answer. It's not backed by anything. It's just backed by faith. The same with Bitcoin as well. It's just kind of backed by faith that it's going to go up and it's going to be used, but it's a different monetary system altogether. So it'd be good to get your thoughts on that. I think we have to look at the macro picture. So when we see dips like this, and Elon Musk and kind of JP Morgan, and look at everything that they're doing is for a purpose. And it's not to try and control Bitcoin, it's trying to get into that new financial revolution or that new financial system that is coming with Bitcoin. Bitcoin seems the safest bet just now because I can't see any other way out. I genuinely cannot see any, and maybe just because of my lack of economic understanding, but I cannot see any other way out than kind of crypto and Bitcoin. So you look at Bitcoin as a kind of financial system and a payment system as well, but then you have to look at kind of blockchain as well and the financial system with that. And we're talking about DeFi here. This is when you're looking at Ethereum. This is when you're looking at Polkadot, when you're looking at Cardano, when you're looking at Cosmos, when you're looking at the big ones like that, Binance Smart Chain, Neo, the smart contract platforms and things like that as well. So when you look at them and think about the trillions and trillions of dollars that are going to be transacted over those systems, then that's when you begin to realize the scope of where Bitcoin's going to go, first of all, of where Ethereum and the other platforms or the other ecosystems are going to go as well. We're talking about Ethereum. I'm not an Ethereum maximalist. I just think Ethereum has the biggest kind of potential because it's first to market. Cardano's there as well, Polkadot, Cosmos, as I said, and the other big ones that are up and coming as well. We're going to look at some of them as well. So when we look at that and look at the whole financial system, the way it's run just now, with the mortgages, the savings and everything else, and think about what's going to be transacted on all these ecosystems and the platforms and the level ones, what's going to happen with that. We're going to have more than one level. We're going to have, I think what's going to happen is different countries are going to adopt different kind of crypto projects. Like Africa might adopt Cardano system, and that might be what they use all the time. So predominantly it's going to be used by Africa. I'm just saying it as an example. It might be that Ethereum is going to be used by Europe and the kind of Americas, and it might be Polkadot is going to be used by something else, but they'll be interchangeable as well. So when you think about that, that's when you realise the scale of what's going to happen. And that's when you kind of go to bed at night and sleep and think, well, do you know what? It's going to be okay. If you're invested in Ethereum, if you're invested in Cardano, if you're invested in Polkadot or Cosmos or any of the other big ones, Hedera, Hashgraph and stuff, the other ecosystems, that's when you kind of go to sleep at night and go, yeah, it's going to be okay in the long term. If you're trading, it's different. This is where Elon Musk, he affects the traders. He affects the traders and short-term traders. That's who he's affecting. The long-term holders are still holding. They're not decrying Elon. In fact, they're cheering him on because they can buy more Bitcoin at a much cheaper price. But the short-term holders and the short-term traders are just up in arms about Elon Musk and saying, we all hate Elon Musk. You shouldn't. He's just a pawn in this game that we're playing just now, and we're giving that pawn some power just now, but it's diminishing power as well. He's kind of screwed it up. I think he was doing it for Dogecoin. But he's kind of screwed up because Dogecoin is going down as well. So I would love to get your thoughts on that. I'll just go over to the chat just now and see what your thoughts are. And I've not got my glasses with me. So just welcome a few people in. Pip Rider is in the house. Good to see you. Jason Brown, Chris, Jean is in the house. G-Slick, Jason Claydon is in. Our Tours is in the house. Richard Cooper, good to see you back. Trappers is in. Dimitri, Chris Edinburgh is in. David Van Heesh is in the house. I'll just see if there's any more. I just want to catch everybody. Sasha, Gordy Boy is back with us. Good to see you. Luke Eaton is back with us. Pete Volos is in the house. Rob Fiddler is in as well. Okay, I'll just get to some comments. Talking about the sound, all good. Diamond Hand saying Jason Brown. Yeah, I think it is. If you've got, this is about investing with conviction. And I was talking about this, I think it was in the group. I don't know if I mentioned it last week. So when you invest with conviction, you kind of research a project and you really look at it. And this is why I like Ethereum so much, because I've researched it, because I know what's coming out. EIP 1559, kind of the optimism kind of system that's coming out as well. EIP 1559 is not going to reduce the gas fees. But Optimism is going to reduce the gas fees. That's a different system altogether. And I think once the gas fees come down, I think there's going to be a big shift back over to Ethereum as well. Uniswap, and looking at arbitrage as well, and looking at stuff and companies and projects like that. I think this is where I'm kind of investing in Ethereum with conviction as well. But I've also kind of traded Cardano this week. For the first time in a long time, I've traded Cardano. I thought I seen an opportunity that was going to go up. It did go up. I got out just before it kind of went down again with the kind of Elon tweet, but I got out and made a couple of thousand. So I'm just trading it just now. So because I want more Ethereum, or I want more, I'm looking at Cosmos actually. I'm really liking the look of Cosmos, and I'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, it's diamond hands. It's trading with conviction or investing with conviction. Ajax, Sleeping Giant, I haven't seen that before. Elon Musk, the latest puppet is like the Pied Piper leading the retail investors into Doge. Yeah, I think he screwed it up for himself this time because his power is totally diminishing now. It's really diminishing. WEF, the Great Reset is coming, and you will own nothing and be happy. Bitcoin is our saviour. Rob Fiddler, morning Steve, I thought you were on holiday. I am on holiday, but I said I was going to do the live. I'm going to do it once a week, so I don't mind. We're going over to see my parents after this, and they stay in Fife, so I'll go over and see them after this. But I wanted to do this because I'm going to do it once a week, so it's not really that bad. And I love doing this. I miss it. I miss doing it every day, actually, but every day would just be a nightmare. Crystal's legs, thanks very much, mate. Our tours feel like in school again here. Yeah, just doing a roll call. Labs, please. So look at Labs. G-Slick is asking for. Labs looks a good one as well. I'll just get out of this. Okay, so we'll just go over the markets. First of all, just go over what's happening just now and see where we are. Okay, overall market capitalization has gone back up to $1.7 trillion. Bitcoin dominance 40.4%. Ethereum dominance come down slightly to 18.1%, obviously with it coming down again with the Elon crap. And Bitcoin going back up over the last hour. Ethereum going back up. So most of them will go back up over the last hour. Who's the biggest kind of over the last 24 hours? We've got Filecoin up 25% over the last 24 hours, which is good at 6.9 million market cap. It's one I haven't really looked at, to be honest, Filecoin. Nano is up there at 8.8%. UMA. Solana is the other one I was kind of talking about, another ecosystem that's up and coming as well. Internet computer, that's just gone from strength to strength. It's pretty amazing to watch. So there's not a lot up over the last 24 hours. We'll go to Crypto Bubbles. And this is the last 24 hours. Filecoin is one of them, Nano, UMA. Yeah, there's not that many at all. And you can see the big red bubbles, Zilliqa, down 17%. See, in a way, what Elon Musk has done, or what people have done, it's not Elon Musk that's done it, it's people that have sold because of his tweet. So they, as the wee Fuddy McFudsters have sold, that's kind of done all of this. This presents an opportunity to get back in. Again, and there's been multiple opportunities to get in. So this is just yet another opportunity. So Zilliqa is there as well. We've got Near, a big one. ONT, SafeMoon. I wouldn't be doing SafeMoon. FTM, Phantom. We've got there Rune. So that could be a good one. Doge is down 13.9%. There's a shame on Doge as well because Elon has kind of adopted Doge as his own, and whatever happens is going to be kind of his fault if Doge does go down, because it could be just a revolt and everybody just kind of turns on Dogecoin, just starts really kind of selling it off big time. But obviously it's been listed on Coinbase as well. So yeah, it's not looking good over the last 24 hours, but if we go to the hourly, we see we're going back up again. So we're turning green again. So this is where he's losing his power, or people are not giving him permission to take the power. So we're going back up over the last hour or so, and I expect we're going to go up as well. But we'll look at the charts just now. So Bitcoin was doing nicely and it kind of broke out. If you look here, you can see this kind of flagpole kind of down on the way, and we formed a bearish pennant here. Now a bearish pennant, usually what happens with a bearish pennant is we continue on. It's a continuation pattern usually, and once we break to the downside we kind of know there's going to go down quite a bit further. But there's only a 55% chance of that happening, breaking to the downside on a bearish pennant, and a 45% of it breaking to the upside. And it did break. It broke to the upside, and I thought, brilliant, this is us. We're going back up again. We're going to go up and break the 30,500, which we did. We stayed there. We were above it, and now we're looking to go up to the 42,000 level. And that was going to be the next kind of challenge for Bitcoin, the 42,000 level. If we look at it on the daily, we'll just go here and we'll put in a wee line, 42,000, round about the 42,000 level. So we're talking about 42.5, I would say. It's better on a weekly. You can see the kind of levels more on the weekly. So you can see, yeah, 42.5. So that, I thought it was going to go back up to the 42,500 level, and if we broke that, then we're going up to the 50,000 level, which is a psychological barrier. Unfortunately, because of people selling off, because they gave the power to Elon, then we came back into this bearish pennant. So we're still okay, we're inside the bearish pennant. And if we go down, we're going to go down to 35,182 and hopefully bounce off that if we go down that low. I don't think we will, because it is just FUD. It really is. It's FUD by a FUD. That's what it is. If you know what FUD is in Scotland, look that up, Scottish vernacular. FUD, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's FUD by a FUD here. So hopefully we're going to break out again. So usually what happens when you break out of a bearish pennant, you kind of break out and then you come down to retest, and you usually buy at the retest. This is kind of gone back inside, so this would have been a perfect time to buy if all things being equal and we're going to go back up. It would have been a good time to buy because of the retest and then back up. But we've taken a wee kind of dip out and dip into that bearish pennant again. I think we'll break out, we'll go up, come back down to retest it, and then we'll start going back up again. So that's what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. We'll wait and see. It's coming up for the weekend. Traditionally not a good time for the weekend. So I think what could happen is we go down, we test, we break out, we come back down to retest, and then we go back up. And that's what I'm hoping or thinking is going to happen. Now, obviously, on the bearish side, if we break to the downside of this bearish pennant, then we could go down much lower. We're looking at 30,000 to start with, or the 33,000 level, and then kind of on down to 30,000 psychological level and 29,000 support level, and then possibly further down. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen, but you just never know, because there's nothing fundamentally different from yesterday with Bitcoin. It's just that tweet. It says JP Morgan, the China shit as well, but nothing's changed. Nothing's really changed. So that's the Bitcoin chart. We're still in this bearish pennant just now. Hopefully we're going to break out that. It could be another good weekend. It was last Sunday. It was a good Sunday last week for the alts, and we thought it was going to be bloody Sunday last week. Didn't turn out to be that way, so hopefully we'll have another good weekend. Ethereum is just following Bitcoin. You're going to get all the same. If we looked at Cardano, Solana, if we looked at kind of Hedera hash graph, they're going to be mostly the same as kind of Bitcoin as well. But I do the Ethereum charts anyway, usually every morning, not on a Friday morning because I'm doing the live. So we're looking at this 2,500 level. We were looking to break this 2,900 level, and it was looking good for that. It was looking good to break that. That was going to be the next target to break, and it's been like that for weeks now. And this is what I call the kind of traffic light charts. So you can see very, very clearly on the 4 hourly, we've hit it 2,900 down, hit 2,900 down, came back again, tested it. So it's only a matter of time before we test it and we just break through it big time. So this 2,500 is critical level, support level for Ethereum just now, and I think it's going to hold. I'm hoping it's going to hold. This is on the 4 hourly chart. Also on the 7 EMA and the 21 EMA, we've crossed up over the 721 EMA. So we've had a crossover at 2,400, went up to 2,900, came back down. We've not crossed to the downside. If it crosses to the downside, it's looking more bearish. It's looking more bearish, but it's not crossed down yet. Hopefully we'll have a good day today and we'll get a green candle here. That means it won't cross over and we'll keep on going up, however slight that is. But yeah, it's not crossed down over yet. And we were looking to cross up to the upside. The 7 EMA crossing up to the upside on the 21 EMA. But that didn't happen again. It was looking as if that was going to be a possibility yesterday, which would have been extremely bullish as well, but it didn't happen. So it's just a setback. This is how I see this just now, a setback at the moment, but hopefully it doesn't play into a much bigger kind of decline than this. As I said, nothing has changed from yesterday. It's still looking bullish. It's just all the FUD that's kind of going about just now. And other charts we're looking at, Veracity is going to follow a similar pattern as well. If we look at the 4 hour chart for Veracity, we're still kind of in this descending wedge just now. So we could really go down to about 1 cent again, then bounce back up until we get this breakout. So we're getting close there. VRA is coming out with more good news. They've been listed on more exchanges. They've got new people on board the team as well. So I'm still extremely confident with Veracity, what they're doing just now. And I'm still very bullish on that they're going to bring out more good news, more better listings as well, particularly Huobi and Binance, and 3 partnerships coming up. Nothing in that. I don't know anything. I'm just saying that I think that's what's going to happen. And we're going to break out. We're going to go to the 10 cents, then 20 cents, then up to $1 at some point as well. So if you remember, they're still only about 130 million market cap. Not just now, they're probably about 100 million. market cap just now. But Veracity, I'm still kind of big on as well. Okay, I'll just jump to the chat, see what's going on there. P-Bolos, AGI is Singularity, Net Artificial Intelligence, Decentralized Marketplace. Excellent. Lynn Letai, what do you think about Polygon? I do like Polygon as well. I just think there's better opportunities. Now, when I'm talking about, we spoke about this last week, and just trying to think about how to say this. So, we did speak about this last week because I kind of showed you kind of the... Did I show the chart for the doubling? Yeah, I did. It was last week or the week before. It means you're looking for... okay, at the end of the day, we're looking to get money for us and our families. That's why we're doing this just now as well. We might have a long-term pot of something for the future because we think crypto is the future. I have it. You probably have it as well, or you might be building up to it. That's what you might be building up to. But at the end of the day, what we're looking for just now as well is to get more money in to help us and our families to be financially free, to have that kind of financial freedom. Everybody's kind of looking for that. A lot of people are in crypto. Most people that are in crypto are for that as well, apart from the kind of project owners and the kind of teams working for projects as well. Obviously, they want to do something else, but they're still looking to bring money in as well. So at the end of the day, we're looking for money. So when you first get into crypto, you might have just a small pot that you're trading with. You want to get that up to a level whereby you're not looking for the next 100x coin. And I've been looking for the hidden gems, and there's loads of hidden gems out there. But with the hidden gems, it could take months to realize their potential. And it could take months for people to see their potential as well, for big YouTubers kind of talking about it and stuff like that as well. With the likes of Veracity, for example, that it didn't get noticed until, well, no, it was kind of noticed, but fairly recently it kind of went up, that massive run up, and that's a lot of people were talking about it, and it just kind of jumped up big time because of the partnerships and what they were doing and the patent and everything else, and it jumped up big time. That's what's going to happen with a lot of these 100xers that we've been talking about in the group, that I've spoken about on the channel. For example, Zero, for example, Mod, and we're kind of looking Modify, kind of looking at them, the 100xers that could be the 100xers of the future, and I still think that. But if we're looking to look at it from a short-term point of view, say towards the end of the year, beginning of next year, then what we should be looking for is the kind of 10xer or the 5xers and the 10xers. When you're looking at them, that's when you say, okay, I'm going to put, say, $10,000 into Cardano in the hopes that it doubles. So it goes up 100%, $10,000, say it doubles to $3.20 or something, which from where it is just now. Then you take that 20,000 out because it's doubled and put it into something that's not doubled, another 10x that's not doubled yet, say Solana. So you put 20,000 into that, soon becomes 40,000, take it out, put the 40,000 into something else that's doubled and not doubled yet, go up to 80,000 and get money that way. And then you start building up a pot of your favorite projects, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Cosmos, whatever you want to do. You start building up a pot. You take a percentage of your trading profits and start building up a big pot of something. And that's how it works. So we should be looking for these kind of 5xers and 10xers. 100xers, definitely, that should be a part of your kind of portfolio as well. And this is why I've still got Modify, I've still got Zero, I've still got loads of others we've kind of spoken about before as well, because we think they're going to go up in the future, 100x. So what I'm focusing on just now for myself, I'm looking to get my trading pot up to $1 million. And I'm looking for the 10xers to do that. And I think we should all be kind of looking at that. If we're looking to trade from a financial point of view, that's what we should be doing. So that's why I kind of talk about these 10xers now instead of the 100xers. There's loads of hidden gems out there. Trust me, there's loads. I've seen loads. I've kind of talked about some have just gone by the wayside as well, and you're going to get that. For every 10 100xer you can invest in, possibly 3 will make it for you. If you invest $1,000 each into them and just leave them, 7 of them will go by the wayside. but 3 of them will just 100x. Or one of them, even if one of them 100x's, you've more than made your money back. So it doesn't really matter. You just have to kind of play it in a smart way, is what I'm saying just now as well. So this is why I keep looking at these kind of 10x's, 5x's and the 10x's. SNX, please. I'm still holding in bullish on NFTs. Do you think VRA is good mid to long term investment? I'm talking about holding until end of year. For me, yes, that's what I'm doing. But I have to say I am biased because I hold VRA. I'm holding and staking VRA and getting 25.5% APY on that. So yes, I'm biased. So don't listen to me. Go and do some research and maybe listen to somebody else that's not invested in VRA. A lot of people will tell you don't invest it. A lot of people will tell you to invest in it. I'm investing in it because of the potential that it has, because of the patents that it has, NFT patents. They've got the kind of proof of view patents as well. So do your own research. I'm very biased with VRA. I'm very biased with Ethereum and kind of other projects as well. So best not to listen to me. Wendy Nash. Hi Steve, can you tell me where I can buy your book, please? I'd love to read it. Yes, if you go to Amazon, just type in Stephen Aitchison. Is it The Belief Principle? Or you've got the fiction books. I do fiction now as well, called The Dream Dancers, and I've got the non-fiction book called The Belief Principle as well, which is talking about beliefs, and this, your money beliefs, is a big, huge part of that as well. So if you want to kind of get that, so thank you very much for Wendy and Ash for kind of mentioning that. Mark Ennis is in the house. Welcome to you. Good to see you, buddy. Jason Brown, there was no volume on the breakout. There was no volume, yeah. Fake out and we're back in the triangle again, helped by a very timely tweet by Muskrat, yeah. Gordy Boy, Savannah, very strong. Yes, it is very strong indeed. Fifth Rider, think some of the books was on Amazon. Yes, they're all on Amazon. Just now the books, thanks for plugging that, mate. Aravind, thoughts on Kishu and Zoot? With regards to meme coins, I got into, kind of said I was out of meme coins, but I got into Ghostface. I put money into that just on the off chance it did kind of go up big time. I got out just before it kind of went down. I think I went in about 6,000, got out 4,500. So I lost 25% on that, and I thought, okay, that's it with meme coins. I'm just not, unless it does something. Kishu, I'm still using the Kishu exchange. I'm still using that. So Kishu's got something, and Shiba Inu has got something as well. They've got Shiba Swap coming out. So I think they're going to do well. So you've got the Shiba Inu kind of ecosystem. You've got Leash. You've got Bone coming out as well. So yeah, I think they could do good. But the other meme coins, you're taking a big risk. You're taking a big risk with the meme coins. But people in my group, they're trading them. They're talking about them all the time as well. And I just kind of leave them too. I'm not bothered about kind of trading the meme coins. So Zoot, I don't know. I don't think so. Kishu, yeah, got a better chance. Yeah. If they're going to do other things as well, hopefully they've used the money to good and put it to good use. VR VeChain had an amazing week. It did. Carbon reduction credits project with China. Yep. Hospitals in China using VeChain for medical care, which is covered by state media. Yes, I've seen that as well, VR. So yeah, VeChain is another 10xer as well, obviously. Hi Steve, trying to buy your books. He's not available on Goodreads and Waterstones. Love to read your work. It's Amazon. You should be able to get it at Amazon. I don't know why it would say it's not available. Yeah, Waterstones, you won't get it. It won't be stocked by Waterstones. So Amazon is your best place. I think VRA is the next Theta. I think, as obviously you can compare VRA and Theta because of different projects. But I think the way it could go, the parabola that could do as well, or the projection of where it could go, you could be right. You could be right. Tom, any thoughts on what Richard Hart is doing with his new project, Pulse Chain? Even if not impressed, Hex could continue to go up significantly due to the nature of the launch. I haven't seen it, to be honest, Tom. So I can't really comment on it. I just haven't seen it. So what I want to do is quickly go through again. What time do I start? 9:40. Gee. I always talk too much, obviously. Okay, so I'll put a link down below. I've got these projects, 10x Gems. I've got in CoinGecko, I've set up a portfolio called 10x Gems. These are the ones that are going to go up 10x. I've got other ones that are saying 10x plus plus plus. So I'm not saying the ones that I've kind of spoken about before, like Modify, like Zero, and kind of loads of others as well. They're not going to 10x. I'm just thinking these are safer, if you can get such a thing in crypto, safer 10x's. Cosmos, I'm really liking what they're doing with Cosmos just now and the interoperability that they've got going on just now. I think Cosmos has a huge chance of 10xing by the end of the year. I don't know, but yes, a huge chance of 10xing within a year. So I think Cosmos, I've been looking at it more and more over the last couple of weeks, and I like what it's doing. Celsius, because of DeFi, because of what they're doing just now. I've got that in the 10x as well. I've not got it kind of listed, so just look at the ones I've got listed just now for my kind of 10x's. 1 second. Let's turn this up. So we're live just now, so you can sorry about that. So yeah, Cosmos, I think, where are we with the max? So it's 52% down on its all-time high, and it's only went up 11x since it came out. Obviously, it's been cheaper than that before it came out, but it's only went up 1,187%, which is 11x. So you put $1 in, you get $11 back. Compared with some of the others, I think this is a brilliant opportunity to pick up a safe 10x. So when I'm saying a safe 10x, so what I'm trading with just now, I'm looking to trade with big trades, just make small percentages as well, and get out when I'm in the 15-minute chart or the 1 hour chart. So I'm trading so I can make a couple $1,000 here and there. So that's what I'm doing just now. So if I was to put into this and it went up, I don't know, let's say a couple of dollars, I could possibly make $10,000 or something like that. And so that's what I'm looking to do with this. But I'm also looking for the ones I can invest in longer term, not long term, but longer term. So these 10x projects are good for short term trading, and they're good for longer or medium to long term trading as well, or investing. So I think Cosmos is a brilliant, or Atom is a brilliant investment for the medium to long term, but I think it's a brilliant opportunity for trading as well, especially because Bitcoin and home markets come down by 50-60%. So this represents a brilliant opportunity, I feel. So if we look at this, we'll come along, we'll look at this, we'll see it was down to $4.41, shot all the way up to $29.36, and it's now down 52% to $14.74. So that, when the bull run starts again, kicks off again, and it will, before the end of the year, within the next couple of months, this is going to go up 100%. It's going to get its all-time high again and keep on going up from there, because the ecosystem has just been built upon. There's a bridge coming out, there's just loads of things. The deck's coming out as well that they've got going on. There's just loads of things going on with Cosmos. It's going to go up 100%. So that's one of the ones they're going to 10x, I feel. Crypto.com is going to be at the forefront, I think. It's going to be the Visa MasterCard of crypto. And I still think it's got a good value proposition here at 3 billion market capitalization. Where has that been as well? That's another one that's came up 55%, like the whole market. So it was up at 25 cents, it's now down to 12 cents. And that's only gone up 916% over the last couple of years. So I still think that has a lot of room to grow, and I think it is going to be big. There's going to be other ones out there that are in competition, but I think Crypto.com are going to take over. I think they're going to be one of the front runners. BlockFi is out as well. There's loads of them, to be honest. So I think that's a 10xer for the future. 10x would give a 30 billion market capitalization. When you understand what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, when you understand the whole macro ecosystem or the whole macroeconomics of what's going to happen with crypto, the transfer of wealth into crypto, 30 billion is going to be nothing. It's going to be a drop in the ocean. So 10x is going to be easily for Crypto.com, I feel. Same with Terra Luna. I think that's had a lot of FUD around it recently. So it has being up to $22. So that represents an even bigger opportunity. Once they kind of get rid of the echo of this FUD that was kind of going on with Terra Luna as well. So it's down 71% from its all-time high, and it's up 51x from where it was. I feel this is a brilliant opportunity for a 10x as well for Terra Luna. But this kind of echoes that they've got for the FUD, I think, is still ongoing. But 10x from here, 26 billion, I think, easy. This is another one I've been looking at more closely, Chiliz. Because I was looking at some of the coins, I was doing some research, and I was looking at, if we go to AC Milan fan token. So I was looking at AC Milan and thought, God, all these kind of fan tokens are coming out. If we look at the kind of fan token ecosystem again, you've got FC Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, you've got all these coming out. And I'm going, how are these popping up? And if you look at the volume, 15 million volume, 20 million, Atletico 20 million, market cap, so you're just going for it. Saying, how have all these kind of popped up over the last kind of couple of months? What are they doing? How are they getting into it? And it's all done through Chiliz. If you look at what they're doing and go to the website listed, socios.com. So it's Be More Than a Fan. This is talking about FC Barcelona. And if you go to socios.com, it's talking about the app, obviously, and talking about the fan tokens, telling you exactly how it works. But it's all underpinned by Chiliz. And I've never really looked at it before, if I'm being really honest. Well, I have looked at it, but it's only now that all these kind of tokens are really coming out for the fan tokens, and it's going to be even more prevalent once, because the ban has been, or the kind of lockdown has been lifted, and you're going to get more and more of these. So you're going to get them in every country and all over the world, and they're going to be underpinned by Chiliz, because the big companies or the big football clubs are already on it. So you're going to get others joining as well. I think, and I was so close to putting in a lot of money into this, because I thought this is just it's going to go mental. It really is going to go mental. And I still think that. And it's only 1.4 billion. I say only 1.4 billion because that's considered a large cap. But when you see the possibilities for this as well, you just go, holy shit, man. And Chiliz looks a brilliant prospect for the future. I could see this 100xing in a couple of years, or within a couple of years. Genuinely see it 100x, and I've not, because I kind of looked at all these and AC Milan and all the others as well and thought, how are they coming to market? How do they know about crypto? How do they get into crypto? And obviously I knew about Chiliz, but I hadn't kind of researched them over the last 6 months or something. I kind of knew about it before, but what they're doing just now and the way they're coming to market as well with the other tokens, I just think is amazing. I think it's an amazing opportunity for a 10xer, 20x or 30xer. Harmony, I think, is going to do well as well, and it's under $1 billion market capitalization just now. So we'll just look at Chiliz again. Sorry, I didn't look at the chart there. See where it's come down from. So it's down 69% from its all-time high. It's up 64x from its lowest point, and that was back in 2019 in September. So again, even for just a doubling up from here, would be a safe bet once we start getting kind of bullish again, and we're kind of in that territory just now. Harmony, I think, is going to be a good one as well. I think that's a safe air 10x, down 57% of its all-time high, up 73x. So it has gone up a lot. There's one we spoke about a couple of years ago as well and said this is going to do really well. It's now coming to fruition. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the show as well, whereby you look for these 100xers and you say, okay, one day it's going to 100x because it's the company, because of the team, because of the following, because of everything else. Harmony was one of them. Harmony One was one of them as well. Just like VRA was one of them as well. So this is why it's still good to have these quality projects that are going to 100x in the future. And Harmony One is one of them. KuCoin, I still think that's going to 10x as well. It's almost 642 million market capitalization. 10x is 6.4 billion. I still see this as a brilliant place to pick up some quality projects. The only thing is liquidity with KuCoin. It always has been that problem. But I think what they'll do, there's going to be interoperability again, and we'll see a lot more kind of things going on with KuCoin in the future. I hope that is the case. It's down 59% from its all-time high, and 22x from its all-time low in 2019 February. So I think that's a good opportunity as well. Not as good as the others, but yeah, Kava. Kava was one I looked at the other day, and it kind of jumped up big time. Where was it? It went up to $7.25, but I was looking at it was a few weeks ago actually. It must have been round about here when it was down to about this level, $4.50, and it kind of jumped up to about $6.25. I thought, shit, I missed it. And I thought it was going to keep on going up, but obviously everything that's going on came back down again. So I think that represents a brilliant opportunity for a 10x. It's only went up 14x from its all-time lows in March of last year. So that was its all-time low. It's down 43% from its all-time high. Refinance, sorry, not Binance. I keep saying finance. I keep saying Binance. Refinance, I think, represents a good opportunity as well. It's only up 3x from its low and down 57% from its high. Market cap of 300 million. So 10x, 3 billion, I think, is relatively safe one. Band protocol, obviously, the oracles are going to do well at some point. This is why I think Modify is going to do well once these start to move back up. It's down 64% from its all-time high, up 39x from its all-time low back in November 2019. So I think that represents another good opportunity. Aside from Link, Chainlink, I think Band protocol would be the next biggest one. Then you're looking at the smaller ones like TRB, Taylor, for example. I think that represents another 10x opportunity. And Modify is a 100x opportunity, I think, because it's an aggregate one. And Pond as well, I think that represents a brilliant opportunity for a 10x. 63 million market cap. This is the smallest market cap of the 10xers. I'd probably put that into a 20xer category or a 50xer category, but I need to do more research on it. But for a safe 10x, I'd say it was pretty safe 10x. 8 cents at the moment. It has been as high as 26 cents, down 74% from its all-time high, and it's only done a 3x as well. So look into that. I need to do more research, but I looked into it briefly and I thought, yeah, this is definitely a cool one for at least a 10xer quite quickly. So all the ones I've shown you are going to be 10xers quite quickly, and that timescale would be towards the end of the year, beginning of next year. That's my timescale for quite quickly. Chili's, I'm quite excited about actually. I think that represents a brilliant opportunity. I think it's going to be huge. I just think the more they're doing and the more I'm researching, I just think it could be really, really big. So I'll put it in the 10x category, but I think it could go higher. And I've only put it in 10x category because it is a large cap. Okay, we'll go to some charts. We'll look at some charts you want me to look at. So somebody mentioned VeChain. Look at VeChain. So VET. Obviously, they're all going to be down just now. We'll look at the dailies for these, and we'll put the EMA cross on. So this is on the daily. VeChain is up and coming again. It looks as if it's going to cross up to the upside on the 721 EMA, which is obviously really bullish for VeChain. We'll just see. It's kind of more. And so it's reached this all-time high at what, 27 cents. So it's 50% down from that. So it looks as if it's going to reach that fairly easily. We'll have a look at VeChain fundamentals. Number 19, we've got a market cap of 8.6 billion. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about VeChain again. So it does look good. Up 68x from its lows, down 52% from its highs. So yeah, VeChain looks a good one as well. Someone mentioned Solana. So I really like this one as well. Look at that chart. That's on a weekly as well. You see how much it's went up, 3,249%. And you kind of look at that and you go, why would you invest in that? Because it's gone up 3,000% already. But when you see kind of what's involved in Solana and the ecosystem that's been built around it as well, I think it's easily $100 quite quickly. Once we start moving back up again, I think it's easily $100 for Solana. But yeah, looking at the weekly chart, it's bouncing off the 7 EMA weekly there as well. And it's just kind of bounced back up. We've not even crossed down over ever for it. So on the daily, have we crossed down? Yeah, we crossed down at $41. But the cross up to the upside on the daily and the 721, you can trade just using the 721 EMA, literally trade that. You're going to be jumping in if you're going down to the 4 hourly and the 1 hourly and the 15 minute, you're going to be in and out quite a lot. But if you're a day trader, you can trade that quite easily. And you could have got into Solana at $1.60 on the crossover, and you'd have still been in the game at $41. So put $1 in, get $41 back. That's just kind of paying attention to the crossover and the 721 EMA. A lot of people say, no, you can't do that, it just doesn't work that way. But it does. And it does, and you can trade that way as well. Gene, another brilliant show. Crush likes. Thank you very much, Gene. Really appreciate that, mate. Pip Rider, don't forget the Euros has come out. Yes, Euros is going to be. I don't know if they're going to be advertising. Chili's is going to be advertising there. But yeah, the Euros are coming up. Scotland's in the Euros. Football will be big. Yes, indeed. I'm waiting for the Man United token though. Football will be big for same time though. Read yours. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I didn't even think about that at the moment for Chili's as well. But yeah, but it's just Chili's. I don't know, and I don't know why I haven't kind of researched it deeper before. But it kind of everybody was talking about last year. I kind of looked at it and I thought, yeah, it looks good. But now that I see the potential of it, and more teams are coming on board, you just go, holy shit, man. Wendy and Ash just downloaded both, which is great, and they both look wonderful. Thanks again. Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Let me know what you think. I'm still writing the third book in the series. There's a series of 9 books. So I'm still, and there's going to be a book published every 2 months. So I should have the other one out by the end. It was meant to be the end of June, the third in the series, but just crypto's taken over, if I'm being really honest. So I need to sit down and write this book, or finish it, because I've been writing it, but I need to finish it. Jason Brown, don't think now is a good time to buy low cap alts. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think your safer bet is, well, I think now is a good time to buy low cap alts, but just don't put a lot of your pot. If you're allocating your pot, if you've got, it doesn't matter if it's $1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, allocate your pot, say 10% for low cap alts, and then the large caps, just kind of trade them. It depends on how you're trading, if you're investing or trading, what you're doing. But I would definitely still allocate for low cap alts. It's a perfect time to buy them, because it's so low just now. So instead of going 20x, 50x, are going up 100x, are going up 200x in the future. Bet, I'm still up 736%. Excellent, that's brilliant. Tom, thanks, Steve. If the rest of crypto YouTube had a voice like Peter Capaldi, I think there'd be a few more million people in crypto right now. Please check out Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain, I'll check it out. We've still got time. And incidentally, Richard Hart, I actually like Richard Hart. I think he's kind of arrogant as hell. But I think when you listen to him talking, he talks a good game, put it that way. Pulse Chain. So I take it it's not out. So it's largest airdrop in history. Is this not what we've done with Hex as well? Interoperability, bridging, that's what they're doing at Cosmos as well. Trading. Nomenclature, works on Ethereum Network Bridge. Yeah, I'll check that out, I'll keep that open and check it out. So thanks for letting me know about that. Rooting for Scotland though, big fan of Scotty McTerminator. Excellent. Just like Zilliqa, I'll look at Zilliqa. Tom, thanks Steve. Yeah, so look at Zilliqa just now. We've seen I was down 17% on the day. So we're on the daily, it's crossed down over on the daily at 20 cents. So that would have been a good time to short term sell it. If you were trading it, it would have been a good time to sell at 20 cents all the way down to 6 cents. That's a drop. Well, 65%. In line with the market. I'm not saying it's Zilliqa per se, but in line with the market. So that would have been a good time to sell. But on the daily, what we're looking at just now, we'll go to the weekly just to get the macro view. So kind of crossing down on the weekly, actually. So we need to keep those two green candles to be up on the weekly just now, but it's had a big, kind of massive run up. So 3,300%, you're going to expect a pullback from that. You're definitely expecting a pullback on that. Just like we've seen with Solana as well, you're going to expect a pullback, exactly what's happened, but in line with the market as well. Brazil, what's the number 68, so that's a 1.5 billion just now. And again, it's not one I've researched in depth, Zilliqa. 23 cents, yeah. So 10x, a lot of people has got loyal kind of following as well. And there's a lot of loyal people in Zilliqa as well. I don't know if they changed their website, if there's any updates. Oh, staking, non-custodial staking. So yeah, I've not looked at it in a while, as I said. Still now available in Binance widget. Cool, so chart wise, it's just in line with market just now, so probably go up. Again, in line with market when the markets kind of go up again. When all this kind of Fuddy McFudsters stuff is out the way. Lynn Letai, I wish you could be live 2 times every week, sir. I would love to. I used to go live every morning a couple of years ago, but it was in we were in a 3-year bear market and I was going live every morning. Sometimes there was a drag to do that. It was quite a lot of pressure to do it. So, but yeah, I like the once a week, but I could talk for 3-4 hours easily. Just on the crypto stuff and what's happening just now. And the macro economics is interesting me more and more just now because of what's happening in the world just now, and it's going to be a tough time for everybody within the space of a couple of years. And this is why I'm really looking to get as much money as I can from the crypto, because it's going to affect the crypto market as well for a while. And then we're going to transition over to kind of blockchain and crypto as well. I believe that's what's going to happen. Jason Brown, my pot is down 100k since May the 19th due to alts. Yeah. So it's down on paper 100k, but if you, I don't know when you're talking about alts, everything is an alt apart from Bitcoin. So that's what it is, alternative to Bitcoin. That's why they call it alts. So that's everything else. So it just depends what ones you're in at the moment. But micro caps are down, as well as the small caps, or the low caps are kind of under $5 million is where you're going to get that, but they'll come back up. They'll come back up as well. But usually what happens is you're going to get Bitcoin kind of going up first, then you'll get Ethereum, then Ethereum will lead the altcoin rally. So Bitcoin will kind of stabilize, Ethereum will lead the altcoin rally, and I think that's what's going to happen this time as well. It's going to, in fact, it's not going to lead the altcoin rally, it's going to lead the kind of crypto rally big time. I think Ethereum, that's what's going to happen. Come towards the end of this month, you're going to get a lot of people FOMOing into Ethereum, I feel. And it's just going to show up. Ethereum is going to go up by 2x by the end of July, I feel. 2 or 3x by the end of July. I'd say 3x is pushing it. 2x from here. Yeah, I think we could get to $7,000 by the end of July. And it's going to lead the whole market, the whole crypto market. When Bitcoin is kind of stabilizing, it's just going along nicely, which is what we want to see. So what will happen is Bitcoin usually goes up, then Ethereum goes up and starts leading all the other alts, and that leads to large caps. Then large caps, people start looking at the mid caps, then they'll start looking at the kind of low caps as well. That's usually kind of the order it tends to go. So the low caps, you're really looking to hold long term. That's what you want to do. You're not trading the low caps. The large caps you can trade just now because they're going to go up 50 to 100%. And you can trade in and out of, say, Ethereum, and then jump into Solana, and then jump into Cardano, and then jump into Hedera Hashgraph. You can do that. And you just look for the ones, literally, you're just looking for the ones that haven't jumped yet. And that's what happened at the start of this run as well. You literally just looked for the ones that hadn't run and put money into them. So trading, investing, two different things altogether. Thomas not launched yet. Yeah, I didn't realise, so we've seen that. Icon, I haven't looked at that in a while. Icon, we'll just... so just outside the top 100 now, didn't realise it was outside. So 714 million market capitalisation. Just now, it's still got good volume, always has had good volume. And 91% down. So I don't know what's happened there. Only 9x. So 91% down from its all-time high. I know it was spoken about a couple of years ago. Big time as well. So it's down a lot. So it could represent a good opportunity, but I don't know what's going on with it just now. So not looking fantastic, but this could be one of those opportunities that you just go, oh, this is an amazing opportunity to get back up and get a 10x quite quickly as well. What time are we on? 10:44, almost time for finishing. Has anyone noticed the price of KNC on US Binance Exchange? It is $1 higher on US Binance than anywhere else right now. So KNC. Kyber Network Crystal. So that one is it. Yeah, Binance. So what price is it on Binance? $2.20. Gate.io $2.20. Is that the right one? Why they got KNCL? So KNC. I don't see it being a different price. It's 101 million market cap. 68% up, 24% down. That can't be the right one. And CoinGecko's not. Well, that's exchanges it's on. So it must be. I might be looking at the wrong one. CB Norwood is in the house. That was who was talking about CB Norwood. And Jason, yes, I remember the 3-year bear market. I was watching you back then. Honestly, I can't go through another 3-year bear. We're definitely not in a bear market. We're in a correction just now. I believe we're definitely in a correction. I don't think we're going into a bear market so soon coming out from a bear market. It's not the way the 4-year cycle is working. I think towards the end of the year or the beginning of next year, we could start to go back down again. But I definitely don't think we're in a bear market just now. 50% BTC, 25% ETH, the rest in alts. I don't class ETH as an alt anymore. Funny enough, I was talking about that with a friend. He was saying it is Ethereum an altcoin. I said, yes, technically it is, because it's not Bitcoin. So yeah, it is an altcoin, but I see it as a class of its own now, Ethereum. Because now I'm seeing people more and more talking about Ethereum as a store of value as well, just much like Bitcoin. And that's why a lot of the institutions are coming in. I think they're thinking it's a store of value as well just now, and not to be used for its not that it's not being used for its intended purposes, but they're not using it for the intended purposes. They're using it as a store of value. And to a degree, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm using it as a store of value from a pension pot. I'm just going to hope that kind of Ethereum keeps on going up, and then I'll kind of cash out and in 2 years, 10 months time, keep some of it obviously, or take the money out and buy actual Ethereum, because I've got an ETN, which is an exchange traded note, So yeah, I'm kind of using it like that as a store of value at the moment as well. So I understand that. So I see it as a different asset from what I used to see it as, because it always was an altcoin, but now I don't see it like that as well. So I get where you're coming from. Rhubarb68, hi Steve, have you ever looked at Thorchain? I did in the past. It's one that I really liked in the past as well. I really think this is going to be big considering that it's trying to achieve. Yeah, I do like it. G-Slick, Steve, research Silica in the next, it's the next ETH, but better good staking rewards, get G-Silk coin as bonus. Yeah, a lot of them are saying that. That's the thing. That's the thing. Why not just invest in ETH instead of getting the next ETH with the risk of investing in the next ETH? If you know what I mean? So if you think ETH is big just now, if you think it's going to go to $10,000, that's a 500x there. So if you were going to somebody in the outside world and saying, listen, I'll give you $100,000, and if they told you they were going to give you $500,000 back in a couple of years' time, probably within a year, you would bite their hand off for that. You just go, this is too good to be true. That's what happened. That's what's happening with Ethereum just now. If you put $100,000 in just now, or 10,000 or 1,000, you're going to get 5 times your money back. That's relatively safe. Relatively safe. So you wouldn't trust anybody now. So if a bank came to you and said that, you just go, this is a scam. There's no way this is going to happen. Even if they said, listen, if you give me $1,000 and in 6 months' time or a year's time, I'll give you $2,000 back. You go, this is a scam. There's something up here. It would be red alert time all over. But in crypto, it's totally different. So we have to look at Ethereum from that point of view and say, if we put not all of our money, but a lot of our money into it and expect and probably are going to get, if you put $100,000 or say $10,000 in and you're going to get $50,000 back, that's a brilliant investment opportunity. Now with the likes of Zilliqa, it's not as safe. It probably is going to go up and probably going to go up more because of the potential for it and because of the market cap of it just now. It's probably going to go up more than 500%, but it's not as safe, if that makes sense. So that's my point about Ethereum as well. So as I said, I'm not an Ethereum maximalist. I just think it's got so much potential and I think it's a much safer investment opportunity. So that's the way I'm thinking about it. So with the likes of Solana, when I see them coming up, with the likes of Cosmos, with the likes of Hedera Hashgraph and Polkadot and them coming up, the ecosystem has been built upon, and Cardano as well. It's been built upon and built upon and built upon. And you can safely say they're going to go up kind of 5x. Safely say. But is it safer than Ethereum? No, I wouldn't say so. I'd say Ethereum is a safe bet to go up 500% within the next year. And this is why I'm going into kind of Ethereum, as well as liking the tech. Obviously I like it for everything that it's doing just now and the opportunities it's bringing, and DeFi coming on board and kind of NFTs and all that kind of stuff. I just love it for that. First to market, and this is the big institution's going to be one to get in as well. I think Ethereum is a much safer bet. If we're looking to get money, and that's what we're looking for, we're not investing in the project per se. We're looking to make money here as well, but we're looking to make money in a safe kind of project and one that we like and that we agree with, and we agree with the ethos and we agree with the kind of track record and the team and kind of developers and what they're doing. That makes it even much better. This is why I like Ethereum so much as well. So Zilliqa, yeah, definitely, probably is going to go up 10x, 20x, 30x, but is it as safe as investing in Ethereum just now? And that's how I tend to think just now when I'm looking at the other kind of level ones. Hargreaves Lansdowne, I remember your video. They wouldn't let me buy ETN, BTC or ETH on my SIP. They banned it, Jason. So I bought the ETN before they banned it. I think I bought it, it must have been about 6 or 8 months before they banned it, because I got a message from Hargreaves and I thought, shit, they're going to kind of sell all my kind of ETN shares that I had in it and then just give me the money for it, and then I have to invest in something else. I didn't want to do that, but they banned it for any new people getting in. So Hargreaves Lansdowne, the government banned it. It wasn't Hargreaves Lansdowne. The government banned it. Why? Because people are creating their own financial freedom. That's the crux of it. They're saying under the auspices of protecting your safety, they're saying, okay, we're going to ban any crypto ETN out there. This is the British government. And that's exactly what they did. Under the auspices of saying, we're trying to protect your safety and your financial well-being. Pish. It was because they don't like people having their own or setting up their own financial freedom system, which is what ETNs are doing, which is what the Ethereum ETN was doing. So that's why they banned it. Whatever anybody else tells you, I believe that's why they banned it. The government don't want you to take control of your own financial freedom. They want to take control of you still. We've been under their control for long enough now, and I think it's high time we're out this. Probably I'm going to be dead before the system kind of really kicks in. I think before it really kicks in, but talking about it just now is hopefully helping people open their eyes. Steve, what do you think of Namaste as a social media platform where you can pay with cryptocurrency? Somebody else spoke about that. I kind of briefly looked at it. I can't remember, if I'm being honest. Another one I'm looking at is Carbon. I've been on Carbon a few times and kind of posted there. I don't know if you've seen this one, and I kind of invested in it. I wasn't going to kind of say anything. It's just because you're talking about social media. So I invested in Carbon. I'll just see if it's got my details up for user. Oh yeah, it has. So I'm doing my kind of ETH updates on there on Bitcoin, and you can get Carbon tokens. You can get rewarded with Carbon tokens. So I'm just testing it just now. I didn't want to kind of put it out there just now, but just since you brought social media up. And I actually like it. It's quite good. There's kind of a few setbacks, but they're actually updating things. And one of the co-owners got in touch with me once they seen I was on it. They're kind of updating a few things as well. They're going to be adding more features as well to it. So I'm liking Carbon. It's dead easy. It's dead quick, dead simple as well. And they're cutting back on, I used to use Uptrend as well, but Uptrend was used quite a lot for comment spamming, so they could get more money in Uptrend tokens. So Carbon have learned from that, and they're kind of cutting down on that as well. So Carbon might be one to look at as well from a social media point of view. Woo, $10. I think Woo is going to go up. Woo Trade, it did go up to about $2, didn't it? I think I recommended about 50 cents or something, and it went up to about $2 and then came back down, obviously, with the correction. Yeah, I think Woo Trade could be huge as well. ETNs are banned in UK by the FCA, yeah, definite. I was going to, but ETN XBT, but didn't on the basis I wouldn't be able to sell it, though thought it was too risky. Yeah, you can sell it. So what I have to do with the ETN, I have to be very careful in my timing of selling the Ethereum ETN because I cannot buy back in. So I'm waiting till Ethereum goes up to maybe $10,000, $12,000, and then I'll sell probably maybe half of it, and then I'll let the rest run and see what, or 75% of it, and let the rest run and see what happens with Ethereum in 2, 3, 4 years time. Rhubarb, I was lucky to get the ETN in my SIP before the ban. Totally agree. They know what's coming. They do know what's coming. And it's crazy we can't see this. A lot of people can't see this just now. But the writing is on the wall for the government, the banks, the whole financial system, the control as well. It's just on the wall. The writing is on the wall. But there's going to be a lot of blood in the streets before we have a complete kind of shuffle over to the blockchain system. They're going to go fighting and screaming and kicking before we go over there. Thank you for your reply. What do you think the cycle, when do you think the cycle will top? I'm thinking of selling profits around September, October. Most analysis point to that. Yeah, I think towards the end of the year is going to be a good time. I think we're going to have a good summer for the cryptos, for the altcoins, particularly the large caps. So I think towards the end of the year is where my thinking is. And my thinking is there because of, have I got the Bitcoin monthly? So I'll just very quickly, I'm over my time anyway, so I might as well go, keep on going. So ETH monthly, Bitcoin monthly, I think I've got another chart up on that. I have. So I was looking at TRB. So where is it? Can't think where it is, but all layouts. So really I was looking at the 4-year cycle, and that's what I was doing. Super Guppy, has it got on the Super Guppy? No, it's not in the Super Guppy, but it's looking at the 4-year cycle, and if we look at the 4-year cycle, I've not got it up there just now, I think I spoke about it last week, and we're towards the end of this year, end of 2021, beginning of 2022, that will kind of be another end to the cycle, and it could see Bitcoin up as high as $300,000. Now, thinking about that just now, you just go, there's no way that's going to happen within the space of 6 months or 7 months or whatever. But that's where the cycle was kind of taking it, the end of the 4-year cycle. Which, if we kind of stayed the same with Ethereum, so if it went up to 300,000, which I don't think it will, I think that's way too pushing it, but it could go up to 300,000, that's what I spoke about last week. If we go 7% of that for the Ethereum price, which is what's happening just now, the Ethereum Bitcoin price is about 7%, the percentage of it, the ratio, and that would be $21,000 for Ethereum. So I think towards the end of the year, it might be past October, it might go past that actually, but I think we're going to have a good run up before then as well. My biggest regret is selling Matic. I'd done exactly the same, sold Matic as well, because I thought that was 100xer back in the day, but once everything crashed, sold everything, and Matic was one of them as well. Big regret, but there's no point in even thinking about it. You'll just beat yourself up so much, you'll just want to throw yourself off a curb. You don't want to do that. Any thoughts on Swissborg? I think Swissborg for the DeFi space is going to be brilliant, and it's going to go much higher, it's going to be amazing, Swissborg, and I think that's a 10xer as well. It's on my 10x list, I think. Akeem, I'd rather be a bit early on the cycle than too late, you know. Make sure to take good profits and not be greedy. Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it today. Love doing these videos, love talking with you as well. And I'll be here next week as usual. But thanks again. We'll just have a look at Bitcoin, where it is just now. Actually, just before we go, Ethereum price is 2652. It's actually going up. So we've not crossed down to the downside on the 721, which is good. Bitcoin, where are we just now? There, we're kind of slightly going up again. I think towards the end of the day we're going to go up, and we're going to break through this piece again, what, 37,600? So I think it'll be up another $900 towards the end of the day, and I'm thinking we're going to have a good weekend. I'm just thinking, just got this feeling, because this 2 red candles here, Fuddy McFudsters at it again, I think is FUDs created by FUDs. So I don't think these are too relevant. I think we're going to go back up, but we'll see what happens. Okay, until next time, Namaste. Take care. Bye now.